All right, back to this. The previous part ended a little sudden, but yeah, it's what I needed to do or whatnot. But yeah, we actually did get through a decent amount. Well, not decent amount, like progression wise, but at least story and plot wise. Like half of it was the Yarn scene or whatnot regarding Yarn arriving at presumably the place, which you know is like a palace, where the crystal at the first augur is got may have been or whatnot. It didn't seem like it though, because he threatened to destroy a piece of the crystal shard, and whoever he was threatening wasn't phased whatsoever. Basically said, well, not even necessarily wasn't phased. He just said, like, because we were thinking, like, if there were more crystals there, like destroying a shard of a crystal wouldn't make a difference. But whoever Yurin was speaking to was ultimately like, it's useless unless I have the R2/3, which also disproves that being the guy in the suit, because we know ultimately the crystal shard, which Damien stole from Audrey, which he gave to Maud, and then Maud gave to the guy in the suit. So ultimately, he can't be the guy in the suit because the guy would have a third of the crystal shard, but he stated that he needed the other 2/3. So yeah, it kind of disproves that. So it's still, the guy in the suit could still be the first augur, because that was kind of what we were thinking, like, okay, is this the guy in the suit, and if so, is he the first augur? But ultimately that interaction disproves him being both the guy in the suit and the first augur. So we're still good regarding that. But also, that was sort of the interaction confirmed a lot of things. The main thing it confirmed was that we weren't, well, actually, the first thing it confirmed was that we weren't the first augur. That was something we were thinking of for like quite a bit of time during the game. And then they just straight up said, like, first augur Adam. Like, Adam was actually the name. So that's, and obviously, given we're the female, or we're, well, whether you use the female or male model throughout, that's just kind of an easier way to go about it. Like, because we know it'd be weird if we made our name Adam, because we know or the name we choose is the canon name, given Yarn told Persephone, this child remember their name, but that's already too much. And because again, we still have no idea who we are, and there's no real theories along those lines. Like, we've got nothing to go off of. But ultimately, yeah. So the first thing it did was it effectively, confirmed that we are in fact not the first augur. The second, which is what I've been talking about prior to that, the guy whoever Yarn was speaking to, or I guess even before that, that the place doesn't, even though it may have been the place where the first augur got his crystal from, there were none there at the moment, right? And that ultimately, as opposed to that, there was the guy waiting for him. Like, the guy basically stated that, like, I was waiting for you to show up here and whatnot. And then, so yeah, it wasn't even like the guy was just there on a whim, like whoever you're speaking to. It's like, oh, well, guess we had the same idea or whatnot. No, he was waiting for Yaren, ultimately due to Yaren somewhat being a thorn in his side to begin with, but ultimately, like, moving into a position where he could actually be useful to whoever Yaren was speaking to. And then, so that's sort of the second thing it confirmed. And we also know, there were no crystals because Yaren straight up stated, I'll destroy the shard. And the person, he basically stated, he implied that there were no crystals there. So that's sort of, I think that's enough to go off of to say that there were no crystals at whatever place that was. The third main thing was ultimately, when that's also what I was going back to what I initially said, that the person, whoever Yaren was speaking to, was not the guy in the suit or the first augur. Because remember, the guy in the suit at the end of the second climax just shows up out of nowhere, like out of the woodwork, and is revealed to be in control of Maud, in that he acquired the crystal shard from Maud, right? We're also theorizing that he was the first augur. But whoever Yaren was speaking to, they can't be either the guy in the suit or the first augur. They can't be the guy in the suit because we know they don't have a piece of the crystal shard, which the guy in the suit does have. And then we know they can't be the first augur because they directly stated their plans involved having the Infernal Cult deal with the first augur, and then ultimately Yaren interfered with that. So given that their plans revolved around, straight up killing the first augur, I mean, for his crystal, presumably, right? He can't be the first auger. So that's kind of like, I could talk about that for 30 more minutes. That was like this whole game, we're beneath it. Like there's so much going on above us, like this game. It's not like this is one of the great things it does as a fan game, right? Like there's no Pokemon game where you don't really know what's going on in the region, right? But this game, we have no clue what's going on. Like it's all above us the whole time. Starting from the very beginning when we ultimately don't know, have zero clue who we are, like through Yarn or whatnot, through now the second or through the second climax, and then through now, bringing back Yarn and ultimately whoever he was speaking to. So that's just, it really goes to show how like above us this whole thing is. Like as Aaron put it best, a Tauren-wide conspiracy above everyone else. Given whoever he was speaking to is seemingly manipulating or controlling everyone, with the exception of Aaron, who is still useful as plans. So yeah, I guess we're obviously not where we were, because oh my god, we left off with there's one more thing we need to talk about, because where we left off was we got to the next town, right? I don't even remember what it is, but they were talking a lot about Zachary, which if we remember, the only person we know as Zachary is, Zenith as his persona, or Zenith as his like Utiran librarian persona. And then we see a speech given by him as that same persona. So presumably he has a decent amount of influence in that town, to the point where like he just leads it, like straight up he's the leader of that town or whatnot, right? If he's like able to like actually move stuff around, like infrastructure or whatnot. So presumably, Zenith is his own like personal town. But actually, before we even get to that, I have some stuff to show or whatnot. So going into the PC, so okay, wrong box. What I wanted to show is this. Okay, so I actually trained up Flygon up to level 68. The reason being, I'm actually considering incorporating the armored Pokemon on my team. All three of them, the armored trio, especially Gojira, but ultimately all three of them. The one thing that's holding me back is their move sets. They don't know good moves. Gojira knows all right moves, but Flygon doesn't know a ground move, and Levaini doesn't know a physical grass move. So these two are basically useless now. So my hope is that we'll come by their move remember at some point, and then I'll have these two remember moves according to their type. And that's when I'd consider adding them to the team. But until now, until they don't, given that they don't know like their ideal moves or whatnot, there's no real point. And then also, okay, hold on. One more thing I need to show in this box. We caught a shiny dino, and this one wasn't surprise like the shiny Floatzel. That one wasn't an encounter. This was for one of the broadcast tower missions. So it wasn't like we got a second shiny just out of nowhere, out of the blue. But yeah, also I ended up getting the Bergmite. That was from the Tesseract spot in Dragon Rune, so that's nice. I also got a Delta Shinx, and that was actually all the way back to Merc Force. There was a strength part that now that Demix knows Psychic, we could actually progress through one. But yeah, that's all I really needed to show. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I needed to show, because this is like a good opportunity or a good time for me to kind of revamp my team, and that is what I'm considering, adding the Delta Pokemon on my team and taking out, or not Delta, adding the armored Pokemon on my team and removing Demix, Jackbox, and Sandman. Obviously, I'd get them up to like the same levels or whatnot, but which is what I did. But I mean, before I can consider that, or it's a consideration, but before I actually do it, I need to get them knowing their proper moves or whatnot, like a proper move set. And in order to do that, I need to find the move remember. So until I find the move remember, my team is pretty much set. I can't really replace anyone. So yeah, that was just kind of like an explanation, because I was, for like the past maybe 5 or 6 parts, considering, ever since I lost to Diana, like, and I needed to train up the armored Pokemon, I've considered replacing members on my team with them. And this is just sort of the, I guess, what would you call it? Like sort of the conclusion for that, like sort of train of thought that, okay, before I can do that, I need to get to the move, remember. So yeah, and then yeah, we're just gonna take this to the next town. I think it's interesting how Zachary, or well, not even not Zachary, Zenith has his own town. Because we just assumed that, Zachary persona was solely for the Uchiha library, but presumably, he's like has some sort of, he's like mayor of Oranos town. Like we can see this interaction. We're gonna re-go through it. Like, yeah, I mean, it's honestly very interesting. Like, and then yeah, here we see the interaction. Because yeah, obviously you can see him with his he has his Zachary persona or whatnot. He has his hair re-dyed, and ultimately he's wearing different clothes and whatnot. So he's in his Zachary persona, and obviously, given he's addressing the townspeople, ultimately he's like with his like what would you call it, like character demeanor or like persona as well or whatnot, not just what he looks like. But yeah, it's interesting because again, this all comes back to, we thought he was using Zachary, that persona, solely for the Uchiha library, but no, apparently he has some sort of position of power in this specific town, because no one talked about him until we got to this town and we met two different people. And now, given we can see he's addressed in a group, he clearly has some sort of power or whatnot, or like influence in this town. I've missed Orana's town so much. It's such a beautiful place. We've missed you too, Zachary. Oh, is that Mrs. Parker? How are your kids? So yes, it's definitely, he's not like on the level of Vulgar where he knows the whole region. It's strictly this town, showing like, he's like friendly with the locals or whatnot. They're wonderful. Jonathan is, I'm sorry, I'll let you get on with it. Thank you. I have something very important to say to all friends here after all. And then yeah, ultimately how he brings up the, I'm not sure how many of you have heard, but there's been a nasty sickness going around Torn. Yeah, and then this is kind of where he left off. I was ultimately saying how that was like a 500 IQ play, like, or no, that was obviously a joke, right? But I was ultimately saying like Rukra, that was like, okay, what exactly did Rukra gain out of that play of injecting Mauled with Pokérus? He injected Mauled with Pokérus, lost control of him, because we know Mauled's under control by whoever's in the suit, or whoever's in the suit is in control of Mauled. If it's not direct control, it's just sort of, I guess, hierarchy or whatnot. Like Mauled takes orders from him, if it's not just a straight up direct control. But, and then like, apparently we know it's spreading now, because we knew Damien was infected, but apparently it's spreading across the whole region now. So Rukra really didn't gain anything from that, and he basically just released a pandemic, or like not even just the pandemic, right? It's just a whole Pandora's box of things. Because not only is it the pandemic, it's the fact that Mauled was also able to defeat Audrey, prevent her from succeeding, getting the crystal shard to the guy in the suit, and then presumably having some sort of role regarding whoever Yearn was speaking to, given whoever Yearn was speaking to is controlling and manipulating everything. So Rukra, that was like ultimately a play that he had seemingly zero benefit out of, and then ultimately just like screwed the whole region over. I mean, we're just really saying now like that was a five-head move right there. Well, I was gonna say we know Tane's not an idiot, but he actually thought the Great Univin Dragon's name was named here. But I mean, like, I don't know. We know like Rukra is strong, right? He's got to be strong and powerful because he's above Tane. Like he's Tane's boss or whatnot. And we knew Tane had the 3 Univin Dragons at one point. Now he doesn't, but they're smart, but they have like their dumb moments regarding Tane with name here and Rukra, just whatever involving Mauled, which was practically zero benefit to him. Something to do with Deoxys. I understand. And yeah, we don't know how bad it is yet. It might even be fatal, but we've seen some of its effects, and believe me, you do not want to come into contact with it. Also, aren't we standing right above the staircase? When he turned to his right, our left, he should have just straight up seen us. Like, we're just like, hello, Zenith. It's like, I don't know. Never mind. Like, our character is just invisible whenever there's like another interaction going on. But yeah, I mean, honestly, because here's the thing. We've said ultimately that like, well, now that we know it's a whole pandemic, that's ultimately got to like meddle with the plans of the rest of the cultists. Like Rukra, we have really no clue what he's doing. Zenith, that's obviously interfering with his plans because we know he wants to execute his sort of like the final plan or goal of the Infernal Cult. and that ultimately involves the rain team leader and whatever Groudon at the mount base or whatnot. And like he doesn't need to be dealing with a pandemic right now. And then obviously, like, Audrey's dead. Hopefully not permanently. I really hope they bring her back. Persiphone's like doing whatever. I mean, she's presumably recuperating and trying to find a way to beat us, like, before Yaren comes back, because we know Yaren's on his way back. Yaren's making the trip back here, so Persiphone's on borrowed time. She's really got a limited time here, because we know when Yaren comes back, if we're not dealt with, he's just going to straight up destroy the Darkrai cult. But granted, Yaren's going to come back and be like, whoa, what's happened when I was gone or whatnot, right? So presumably he may not actually do that, given the dynamics of the whole region has changed. Actually, let's think about what happened since Yaren's left. Audrey died, presumably, and I guess if she's dead permanently, then the Abyssal Cult will be disbanded because, like, they don't have a leader, right? There was no, like, admins in the Abyssal Cult to take over. So the Abyssal Cult's gone. There's a pandemic going around, like, turning people into human Deoxys forms. Tane almost summoned, the Infernal Cults, they're executing their final, like, grand plan or whatnot, or goals or whatnot. And then the whole thing regarding Tane and Rukra, right? So, like, the whole region has changed since Yaren was away for however little time. From the point of his interaction with Persephone to now, the region's changed entirely. The dynamics have changed entirely. So he could come back and straight up completely ignore Persephone because, like, he has to deal with everything else going on. But, yeah, and then ultimately, like, that was sort of I guess, regarding because that was talking about what? The Deoxys, the Pokérus virus, because we know that's actually what it is. And sort of how does this affect the rest of the region? Like, given all the cults or whatnot, how Yaren was away and coming back, and Persephone really is on limited time, but it may not be too big of a worry given everything else. So, yeah, I mean, as you know, I worked at the library in tandem with some smart and he's okay. So yeah, this is where we left off. This text, because I don't remember it. Smart and trustworthy people. I have no, like, I just don't understand Zenith's play here. Like, there's nothing he can really do about the Pokérus in, like, pandemic, right? Because he's presumably in the midst of, achieving the grand plan of the Infernal Cult, right? Like, that's clearly a top priority. Like, even if he could deal with the Pokérus pandemic, right? Like, he's, like, again, that's what it comes back to. Would he, like, or, like, should he, given he's in the midst of his, like, sort of grand plan of the Infernal Cult? It doesn't make sense. Like, these friends of mine who are definitely not cult members. So he's referring to his friends at the Infernal Cult. Not his librarian friends, no, his Infernal Cult friends have developed a vaccine that will protect you from this virus. Look, I mean, listen, these townspeople, because here's the thing, they're not going to be injected with Pokérus, right? Because if he's, obviously, he's lying, right? The vaccine's going to, like, control them or whatnot, but he's presumably not going to just straight up inject them with Pokérus, right? Like, otherwise, there'd be no point in giving them this speech. Like, he would just, like, do it, right? I don't even know. He wouldn't really have anything to gain from injecting Pokérus. It would be, like, for some other benefit. Like, the vaccine, quote-unquote vaccine for Pokérus would have to do something else, right? Like, it would there need to be some sort of benefit to the Infernal Cult, right? He wouldn't just inject random people with Pokérus like Rukra did. Let's see. We're also organizing quarantines so that anyone who's already been infected can be treated and cared for. So that's isolating, because presumably my number one priority is the health and happiness of everyone touring. Because presumably, right, the people who are already infected with Pokérus are just, like, useless to Zenith for whatever he has to gain from this. Whatever he has to gain will be from the people who are uninfected, right? I really hope the good people of Oranos Town will help me on this journey. We are supplying vaccines in the northmost building of the town. Okay, let's go there. Like, hold on. Let's get Damien here, right? Let's get Damien here. I strongly encourage everyone to sign up for this program. Strongly encourage, but it's not mandated, though, right? And all of you need to sign up. If you don't, okay, so it is mandated. Well, we have to assume you're already infected. Is that a threat? It's basically blackmail. After all, the virus affects your behavior. Okay, but he followed it up with that, though, so it's all right. Who wouldn't want the vaccine? Unless you're already infected. I mean, if you're infected, the vaccine's like not, well, I guess no, that actually does make sense, though. But I mean, obviously, because we need to think about what the Infernal Cult gains out of this. Like I said, okay, he's not just going to be injecting people with the virus straight up as like the vaccine, right? He's not going to be going around injecting people like Brucra did. Like the Infernal Cult needs to gain something out of this for Zenith to go out of his way to do this, right? Like in the midst of his grand plan, there's like he needs some sort of benefit about this. So if anyone is acting suspiciously, such as speaking against the augur, please report them to us. Oh my God. Freaking, is Zachary like a freaking government worker for like the augur? That's actually really funny. He's saying like, oh yeah, you may as well get it, right? The only reason you wouldn't is if you're like, is if you're just a really bad person, right? Like, we'll deal with them. Remember, your safety is our priority at the expense of, your choice, right? Because you got to go get it, ultimately. That's what it comes down to. If you don't, they're going to come after you, right? Thank you. Have a wonderful day. What the heck? Wait, where did he go? He just straight up teleported. Did no one else see that? Let's see what these people have to say. What a heartwarming speech. That guy's going to get the vaccine. What a lovely chap. I can barely keep myself from cheering. Vaccinated. Around town is my favorite place in the region. It doesn't have any of the special features the bigger cities have, but it's quaint, out of the way. Everybody here is so friendly. That guy's good. Let's see. My husband and I moved to around town. Oh, presumably this person to his left, her left, just a while back, and you can't stop talking about it. I must say, though, I agree. Saline City was super creepy. Oh, yeah, because we were just at Saline City, right? That was with the, which gym leader? Oh, yeah, that was Diana. That was the town we just came from. Man, Zachary's so brave. I'm so glad people like he and the augur are around. He's going to get the vaccine. Who are you? Why are you talking to me? Good question. Me neither. I'm trying to get free items here. Have I seen you before on the news, maybe? Because we've seen, like, probably, I'd say around 10 dialogues similar to this, really early in the game. And that's what was making us think we were the first augur, like dialogues along these lines. But given we know, okay, everything's above us at this point. No, we're not. And we also have you were the trainer of Vaught Xavier in their gym. Okay, so that was a complete different reason. What a great fight. I tried myself. That Beedrill stopped me running my tracks. It did me too. Zachary looks a lot like that cult. Cults, or maybe not. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Because for whatever reason, I read it as Xavier, because the previous conversation is about Xavier. But no, he's going to say Zachary looks a lot like that cult leader, Zenith. He's right, though. He's actually on track with this. He's not even on track. That's straight up the truth. Like, that's straight up correct, that he is the cult leader, Zenith. But obviously, he can't say that, or else he'll get reported and just, like, thrown in the affected zone, right? Like, honestly, it's hard to tell. Everyone in this region looks the same anyway. He has the same hairstyle. Oh, my God. So this guy knows. But ultimately, that guy's going to get a vaccine. He's going to spill the beans, and they'll come after him. Like, I don't buy it. Everyone knows that vaccines cause Pokerus. Well, I mean, yes, but no. Because here's the thing. I've said he's not just going to go around infecting people with Pokerus. The Infernal Cult doesn't gain anything about that. It has to be something else he'll, like, vaccinate him with, which will benefit the Infernal Cult, right? Like, ultimately something along those lines. Not the Pokerus virus. I'm so glad we have someone so clearly not evil as Zachary to help us. This guy was right. This guy was right. He's gonna die. They're gonna get him, but he was right though. He looks a lot like that cult leader Zenith. Oh my God, that's actually funny. But yeah, now we actually have to go to let's check out the northern part of the town, right? We're in 24 minutes in. Who's this guy? Let's see. So many people are lining up for this vaccine. He literally just announced it. What do you mean? Thank goodness Zachary is a good person. I started to think what a cultist could do with this kind of influence. This is not only referring to Zachary, but Yarn, because both Zachary and Yarn are cultists. So that's oh my God. Is this where it is? Okay, so this is presumably where the vaccine is. Okay, why is it a dim, like, dark, like, building? Like, that's already, like, offsetting, right? Okay, who's this person? My mom said she saw a giraffe rig with the megastone. I actually have the megastone for that home, but that's impossible. Giraffe rig can't mega evolve. I hate to prove you wrong there. But we do because we actually have the Mega Stone. It's not even like I know what it is. We just straight up have it. Like, and it's the only one that's it's the Etagiraphorigi, which is still like what do you call it? Like when it's reversed. I don't know. When it's the same word forwards and backwards. Don't remember. Let's see. Okay, this is just dead end. Let's speak to that guy there. Honestly, we're gonna get like because here's the thing though, right? Like, because ultimately what it comes back to, ignoring the fact that Zachary somehow has a position of power in this town, that vaccine needs to benefit the Infernal Cult in some way, given he's going out of his way for his grand plan in order to do this. Would you like to trade Pokemon? I'll trade you my Gibble for a War type. I may consider that. That's actually, Garchomp's actually pretty good. I may consider that. Do I even have, I don't know, I'm not giving Demix away. It'd be a different War type. So yeah, it's actually the same level though, right? So, okay, wow, they weren't lying about people lining up. Literally, look at all those people there. Okay, we'll do that later. I finally got accepted into a trainer school. Nice, we went there for free and beat everyone. I can't wait to start learning about competitive battling in the fall. They teach that. My favorite lesson is about how balanced and fair Mega Rayquaza is, but how the competitive scene shouldn't let Meloetta in. I mean, talk to Yern about that. Yern would be interested. Like, he's got Mega Rayquaza. I agree. Could you imagine how dumb the meta would be if we let in Meloetta? Good thing we're just sticking with our primal legendaries. Hey, that's true. That's true. Like, who all? Okay, so Audrey, Zenith didn't have Primal Ground yet, so he presumably doesn't have the red orb, nor like the Crystal Shard to control it. Like at least Primal Groudon. But Yern, he's straight up has Mega Rayquaza. Like, speak to Yern about that. No one's here. All right, good. What's this house? This isn't Rukra. He's just a normal businessman. You look like a fine, upstanding young adult. Why don't you take this? Thank you. That sells for what? Like 500? Thank you. Genuine appreciation. Let's see. Who's in this house? What's the chance that Bastiodon is an item? It's good to see kids like you taking an active role in society. Say, would you be able to give me a hand? Just a small favor. It shouldn't take you. Oh, what? I didn't mean to click yes, right? I lost an important item of mine in the caves of Route 15. We haven't even got there yet. It was a rock, I think, or far away from one. Wait, what? If I knew where it was exactly, I'd get it myself. It's really important to me. If you can find it for me, I'll get you something in return. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, well, I guess I already clicked yes, so it's not like I can revert that. But we haven't hit Route 15 yet. Like the previous route we're at was Route 14, so we'll need to wait for that. Oh, Around's town's a really peaceful place. Usually? What do you mean usually? Not a lot happens here. We don't have a lot of the drama our towns and cities do. That's why I'm so nervous Zachary's here. He's a great guy. He's a librarian, so we can trust him, but it still makes me nervous. Yeah, because, like, you know, if there's a prominent person of power, like, within, like, let's say just your country, right, and they just show up to your town for seemingly no reason, then it's like, listen, even if they're not evil, right, like, what are they doing here? Like, is something going on that I'm not aware of? Like the president showed up to your town, like, for seemingly zero reason. Oh, I already spoke to this person. What's north? Or I guess that's released to Route 15, isn't it? This, again, I'm trying to think of how this vaccine could possibly benefit the Infernal Cult, because it has to. Like, otherwise he would not go out of his way to do this. Okay, these people are blocking the exit. There actually is a whole, like, line. Around's town is such a great town. Thank you. We're online for these weird vaccination things. I don't really understand it. You shouldn't do something you don't understand. This whole disease thing is pretty freaky. I'm glad we have someone like Zachary to help source that, you know. I'm not sure. Would I rather want to be a human Deoxys hybrid or whatever Zenith is going to turn us into? It's like, what do we choose there? One of my cousins is in the elite four. She just graduated college, and now she's decimating trainers left and right. That's interesting. So we have we know relatives of two of the elite four members, right? The one was the girl in Sonata City, and now the second's this person. I'm so proud of her. Well, I mean, you should be. Like, the elite four, they would probably stomp us right now. Some of the trainers around are brutal. I wish I started my adventure in Telnor Town. Well, but here's the thing. We didn't even have a choice. It was just close enough to the freaking Darkrai base, right? It's almost impossible to start your adventure here. The sheer level gap. Yeah, he just, like, goes into the wild, and it's, like, level 70s. Back of the line, Bucko. You can't butt in front of me. That's what I was saying. Like, we're just straight up cutting the whole line. So glad you young folk are around you. The future of this region, you know. Well, you should ask yourself what you did. Like, Man, I love Zachary. He's so dreamy and so helpful. He's so definitely not a cultist. It's wonderful. That's his title, not a cultist, Zachary. He can help take care of the gardens in the middle of the town. Aren't they pretty? I'm so proud. Well, that's good for you. It will likely be your lasting achievement, depending on what Zachary does to you, or Zenith does to you. This line's been going on forever. The villain must be a storage for lagging tails or something. That's what I mean. Like, this is a pretty shady place. Like, let's take sort of like, put yourself in sort of like the shoes of these random town members, right? They think there's this dude, Zachary, helping them out with vaccines. Just the look of this building is like, you look really familiar. Like, I can't quite place it. You're a kid. Never you mind. All these people saying we look familiar. That's what was causing us to think we're the first author. I'm filming a documentary about the disease breakout. Zachary hired me a while back. He's been telling me what to shoot and what to publish. Man, it's so nice not to have to stay organized myself. What a great guy. Well, he's about to get vaccinated too. And again, like, it's sort of like choose your poison, right? Either you get infected with Pokerus or you get whatever vaccine Zenith is giving you, the leader of the Infernal Cult. And we know it has to benefit him in some way. He wouldn't delay his grand plan just to, like, legitimately vaccinate people. Like, okay, let's see what's going on here. Like, we're actually going to get, like, AIDS from getting vaccinated or something. I got online as soon as I heard what was happening. I'm ready to get vaccinated to protect the region. And I'm ready to report all my friends who refuse. But here's the thing, right? Because at least if you just get vaccinated, then ultimately you're putting yourself under Zenith's control. But I mean, that's ultimately your decision, right? But this person who was like reporting his friends, he's just like screwing them all over, right? Like, because at the end of the day, you know, this guy gets screwed because he gets vaccinated by freaking Zenith, the leader of the Infernal Cult. Like, we need to ask how that benefits him. But if it was just himself, that won't be the issue. But given he's like ratting everyone else out, then it's like, okay, I wonder what's in this vaccine. I heard from one of my friends, they didn't actually put anything in it. Well, I mean, it's got to be something, right? It's like they just took a blood sample. How weird. If that's actually what happened, I mean, her friend's dead. I mean, her friend's screwed. Like, so what is Zenith doing with just like blood? Yes. Okay, guys, I love sort of like the meta responses to these. So Zenith's just drawing blood from everyone. So ultimately, what's he got to do with that, though? How does that benefit the Infernal Cult? Don't you dare come in front of me. That's exactly what I'm doing. Let's save in case we just straight up dive from this. Like, hold on. Very well, sir. Everything seems in order. Now that we have a blood sample, we can organize the time and place for you to get vaccinated. How is those are two completely unrelated things. Like, okay, give me your blood. Now we can organize a place to give you the vaccine. And it's like, then why did I give you my blood? We must ask, sir. Have you noticed any of your friends or family exhibit odd behavior? It's like, okay, rat anyone out now. He's like, well, a few of my friends have been acting differently lately. Do they have the virus? Then we ask that you report them, sir. They absolutely must be vaccinated or quarantined for the safety of Torrent. Again, pick your poison. Either you get Pokerus, become a human Deoxys hybrid, or you get your blood drawn by Zenith and then vaccinated by the Infernal Cult for whatever their own purposes. Right, safety. Your cooperation is greatly valued, sir. He just walked straight through our Pokemon. Does he not see us? How is it coming? Does Zenith not see us? He surely remembers us. Like, Zenith sees us right now and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. Oh my god, fantastic, sir. We've already examined at least 30 people. Since he just announced it, that's actually a pretty quick rate. I can't believe it was this easy. Like, we're literally right here. Like, does Zenith not see us? That's the question. It's like, that stupid child, that foolish old man, gave us the perfect excuse. This is referring to Damien and Mauld. So are they the only ones who are infected? Because presumably it was a pandemic. Was that all faked? I actually assumed, you know, people like were becoming human Pokemon hybrids left and right, just out of complete accident, right? But presumably it may still only be Damien and Mauld, because that's what he's referring to here. And that's ultimately interesting how he knows of them. Because presumably it was only us, Audrey before she died, Nora, like, it was just us. And then who else? The guy in the suit, obviously, because he's in control. But now this is interesting. So Zenith knows of them, and he's actually being very opportunistic here. Presumably, you know, because again, this is like, he's like, okay, this is ultimately going to serve the Infernal Cult in some way, despite it being just completely coincidental. The DNA of everyone in the region, the whole region, like he just has the DNA of everyone. Like this is something that Rukra would be doing. Like this seems more something the Perfection Cult would be doing as opposed to the Infernal Cult. Or sir, why does the Infernal Cult need the DNA of so many people? So is this guy not a part of the Infernal Cult? Like otherwise he'd be referring to like he'd say it as we. So presumably he was just hired like by Zenith, right? Zenith was just like, okay, you work for us or we just straight up kill you and your family. I guess that'll do the trick, right? Zenith's like, why don't you forget that I said that? He's like, how about you give me your blood here? Let's see what that does. And then it's like, please don't. Like, don't. Yes, sir. Like, good. Continue working. Let me know if anyone important shows up. We're literally right here. Does Zenith not see us? Like, we're standing across the desk from him. Like, yes, sir. All the characters in this game just have, like, tunnel vision. Like, they just don't see anything. Like, next in line, please. Hello. That's us. Zenith's like, the scientist is like, sir, come back here. Sir. Like, can we go past these guards or whatnot? Presumably not. Excuse me, ma'am. You're not allowed to come through here. On whose authority? Zenith's? Well, I mean, that makes sense then. Excuse me, ma'am. You're not allowed to come through here. So, yeah, we need to talk to this person. Let's save before we just straight up die. Hello. Thank you for calling, ma'am. Does he not know who we are? Because we are the important person Zenith is referring to. This guy is just straight up not doing his job. If you would, I'd just like you to sign. Okay. He realizes now it's us. He's like, wow. Immediately after Zenith told us, he's like, Zenith, get over here. Congratulations. You're the 100th citizen to come sign up. That's false. We know it's only been 30. But I mean, hey, please come to the back with me to collect your award. This is so shady. I mean, like, follow me, please. Everyone in line's like hearing this, presumably. It's like, okay, are we going to battle Zenith here? Because if so, we just get clapped, right? I don't see. Who's that person? Mr. Zenith, sir, the kid you asked to see is here. Who's Zenith speaking to? Who's that? That's what I'm more wondering about. I don't care about Zenith. Who's he speaking to? Thank you. You may leave us. Who's Zenith speaking to? Ma'am, I'm very sorry about this, but it's very likely you've contracted the virus. Oh, Zenith's like, hold on, I need to deal with this one patient first before he just gets to us. He's like, you've contracted the virus. I think I would know. Ma'am, you were caught trying to avoid my... Wait, what? Ma'am, you're caught trying to avoid my team to avoid vaccination. He's like, you have... Listen, you're like asymptomatic, right? You just don't show it, but you still have it because you were trying to avoid us, right? Like, that's very suspicious behavior. There's really only one possibility. I'm afraid you have to be quarantined. It's for the good of the region. He's like, listen, even if you're not infected, you know, you're getting put with the quarantine people, right? Like, you were the one who avoided us. Like, but you're going to vaccinate me. I won't have the virus anymore. You see, though, the vaccine doesn't work. You're going to get it regardless. I mean, I'm very sorry, man. We just can't take any risks. Hey, I mean, that's a you problem, though, right? That's not an us problem. That's a you problem. Zenith's like, I don't see how that's my problem. He's like, however, if there's anyone else you know is high, he's like, listen, before we send you off to the quarantine to die, like, how about you just tell us all your friends who are avoiding us? How about you write out on all your friends? Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. He's just straight up, like, blackmailing, like, bargaining with them now. Oh, yes, I can help you. Please don't send me away. She's like, she doesn't see, like, wow, he's such a great person doing this for the region. Like, that sounds wonderful. Thank you, Mrs. Williams. This was the person who was, this was the person who spoke up during Zenith's speech. I don't know why I didn't recognize it as the medium skin before. You're doing your region a service. It's like, write out on your friends, please. Just report to my friend at the front desk. Get your shot. Give him info, and I'm sure we can help you stay safe. Give us your blood. Give us your social security. It's for your own good. Okay, there's an Ultra Ball there, though. I want to see what's in it. Okay, so now us in Zenith. Are you familiar with the witch trials in Salem? So hold on. So this game takes place in real life? Wait, what? What years does this take place? So we know this region is connected to Kanto, Unova, Johto through the Whirl Islands, Hoenn through both Kyogre and Groudon, and real life, given that Salem is an actual thing. Shoot, is this the future? Do I know Zenith? He's like, they were a long, long time ago. And since the augurs rewritten most of the history books, I wouldn't be surprised if you're not. Well, I know. I mean, so he just rewrites all the history books. He's like, casually, it's like, Yeah, I've lived for 2,000 years. That's like some Kim Jong-il shit where it's like golf minus 24 or whatnot. Like the strong star. Wait, the story stars a young girl who wanted to learn witchcraft. To avoid getting in trouble for it, she accused our town folk of being witches. So then she can practice, in peace, right? Makes sense. Those who didn't confess were hanged. Those who did and accused others were allowed to live. That's what he's doing right now, right? But the question is, how does this benefit the Infernal Cult? Like, because again, we know he's not just injecting random people with Pokerus. There's no benefit to the Infernal Cult because it didn't benefit the Perfection Cult, right? There's got to be, the vaccine is something different, but we have to ask how it benefits the Infernal Cult. The town was a mess within a month. Accusations ran rampant. And the one person who was actually a witch was still just like chilling. Everyone threw their friends and family under the bus to save their hides until they got thrown under. Some reflection of human nature, eh? He's like, well, I mean, I think it's fairly obvious what's going on right now. It's not very heartwarming, but it works for me. He's like, it's a pretty cool, it's a nice analogy, right? It's a very common strategy amongst dictators and tyrants. Letting people off the hook as long as they turn ours in. Because, yeah, it's almost, because you're getting more benefit out of that, right? Like you're almost always in 90 and 95% of cases getting more benefit out of that, right? Because the person who rats on others, they're likely going to rat on multiple people. So they get multiple people at the expense of one. Unless they only rat on one, then that's just a one-for-one trade. But if assuming they rat on multiple people, or like let's say 90 to 95% of people rat on multiple people, then ultimately that's benefit. That's a net gain, right? They do the work for you, and it works beautifully well. You create like the sort of self, what would you call it, sustaining system. I don't know how exactly how this virus works or where it came from, but I'm definitely going to capitalize on its existence. He's like, yeah, I don't care about the virus because we know it was some very complicated situation involving Rue Crust seemingly just injecting Pokerus into someone on a hunch, and then some guy in a suit apparently gaining control over them and the crystal shard, as well as whoever Yern was speaking to seemingly manipulating the entire thing behind the scenes. Zenith's like, yeah, I don't really care what's going on. I'm just going to benefit the Infernal Cult in some sort of way, right? I think I'm done here. I didn't call you in here to monologue, all right? I called you in here to show you exactly why you should be terrified of my cult. He's just like, yeah, there was no real reason for you to be here. I just wanted to, like, tell you what I was doing. Ms. Williams, please come back in. Have you gotten your vaccination? Yes. Good, we're done here. Stall him while we leave, please. Yes, sir. Beautiful, isn't it? How is she going to even stall us? Like, what's she going to do? We have a team of 6. Like, I guess it's hard to tell the difference, considering how empty and brainwashed the people of this region already are. So, the vaccine is giving people, it's just straight up brainwashing them. I guess, I don't know what else it could have been. Like, what else I expected it to be. So, yeah, that's how the Infernal Cult benefits. He's just basically probably doubling his numbers through this whole whatever Pokerus incident, presumably only involving Damien and Maul nonetheless. So, yeah, everyone who goes to get a vaccine, like for Pokerus or whatnot, gets brainwashed into becoming a member of the Infernal Cult, presumably, or at least whatever Zenith wants to. So we can just say, presumably, he doubled, like, the numbers of the Infernal Cult in this one move. I'd say it was definitely worth going out of the way for his final grand plan to do this, because we were asking, okay, how does this benefit the Infernal Cult? The ultimate benefit is an Infernal Cult that's twice as large, and half of them just straight up brainwashed. So it's not even like with the incident regarding the Perfection Cult member, like, abandoning the Perfection Cult. Like, that's just straight up not the case with these members. But anyways, I'm in a hurry. Have fun, you two. So you must be stalled. Zenith has commanded it. Well, that was quick. So she didn't even get her vaccine at a different day, right? It was just straight up, okay, we're injecting this microchip or like whatever. If she has a team of 6, I'm going to soft reset. No way it's like actually like a battle, right? So I think we can beat this. It's only level 68, right? Like, unless she has like insane, I think we can beat this. Like 5 Pokemon, level 68. That's teetering on like the verge of a boss battle, but I think we can still win, right? Let's use Surf. Like, yeah, deals with most damage. Jesus Christ, that did nothing. Okay, so let's switch out here. So light screen, who can we switch into? We're not even touching that thing. Can we send out Demon? I'd rather send out Jackbox. I mean, are there any of my Pokemon that just completely resist it? No, I'd rather send out Jackbox. Yeah, with light screen, we're not touching that thing. I mean, oh my god. So Zenith is just straight up brainwashing people, and he was that was the ultimate point. He's right. Really, rip Jackbox. I wonder if no, he doesn't survive it. Not with the oh my god, he did survive it. Plus, I was gonna say he doesn't survive with the normal gem, but he did. Oh my god. But yeah, so because Zenith was like, he's like, I mean, yeah, I'm brainwashing them, but not that much more than they already are. Because the people of this region really are brainwashed. Like they think that Yern is like a god, right? So ultimately, they don't really know anything that's going on, right? There's like two types of people in the region: people who are sort of just entirely oblivious, and then others with various levels of knowledge. Because obviously, Yern, he knows a lot more about what's going on than Zenith, and Zenith knows a lot more about what's going on than Persephone. So, like, I mean, or not even Persephone. She at least like knows about Yern, right? So, like, Yern knows more than the other cult leaders, who know more than like our rivals, who know more than regular people or whatnot. Okay, so what did? Oh, we got damaged by the explosion. That's the thing, we're gonna die due to the Alakazam, so we might as well just side shock. Yeah, that just straight up kills us. So yeah, we use our starter here. We use Mega Demon because I don't think we have anything else that's like effective against it. Like I don't think any of my other Pokemon have a move that's super effective. Just use Demon here. So yeah, Zenith. Thank God Zenith didn't battle us. Like if we would battle Zenith here, oh boy, like with like Groudon or whatnot. So yeah, let's Mega Evolve and then a Shadow Ball here. Again, this isn't like a boss battle, so we really don't need to worry. Granted, she does have 5 level 68, so it's teetering on the verge of boss battle, but it ultimately isn't in the end, right? So let's see. Oh my god. Really? Am I seriously going to lose here? I mean, come on with that. So, like, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a troll, right? That we have like this semi. I mean, that's honestly such a pain. Such a pain. But yeah, none of my R Pokemon have a move that's super effective. I guess I need to bank on Cleaver one-shotting it, especially given Light Screen's up, because Light Screen is still up. So please outspeed it. I mean, please don't tell me this thing outspeeds my whole team. Oh my god. Like, seriously? Like, Cleaver doesn't have... How do I keep going up against Pokemon that outspeed in one shot my whole team? I don't understand. I really don't understand, like, how that's the case. Because it's happened pretty much every single battle except Harmony. Every single major battle except Harmony. Like, they've had a Pokemon that outsped in one shot my whole team. Like, I don't understand, like, why that's so common. Like, it's not a hard mode thing. It really isn't that much harder than normal mode. The main benefit is seeing all the extra deltas, right? So, yeah. Oh, that targets our defense, though. So look how much damage that did. Really? Does she have a mega or not mega, no. Like, does she have healing items? But here's the thing though, Sandman dies here. That sucks. She does have potions. She used the Forest Storm. Let's see. So I was hoping that crit. I'm gonna use another Earthquake just in case she has another Forest Storm as well. So okay, she doesn't. Why'd she use Focus Blast? Was that okay? I was about to say, is that gonna kill us? That's honestly such a troll. Like, how is it so common? Like, even because this isn't a boss battle. This isn't an actual boss battle, right? So how do I keep boss Pokemon that outspeed in one shot my whole team? Like, that's so obnoxious. See, I need to hope that this can take a like, oh no, a Focus Blast. I didn't even see Focus Blast until last time. I used to be won't work. Use Psyshock instead. But we have that targets our I mean, am I really gonna have to prepare for not even a boss battle? Like, that's such a pain. You know, so what it has Shadow Ball though. So, and here's the thing. I wasn't expecting a boss battle, so I'm really underprepared. I don't think I have potions. Or no, I do have potions, but I don't have a. Do I have revives? I don't even know what I have, right? So, like, hold on, let me see. I have it outspeeds and one shots our whole team. I don't think there's. I don't think at half. I don't think any of my team at half HP. Yeah, no, none of my team at half HP can take an attack. I'm going to look at their team, right? Please don't tell me this is something that I need to actually, like, literally not even a boss battle. I mean, that's the worst part, right? So, okay, hold on. Let me look. I need to look up the town, right? I mean, that's the most obnoxious part, right? Like, this isn't even a boss battle. I would expect something that I need to prepare for a boss battle, but this isn't even a boss battle, right? So, hold on. Which town are we in? We are security building, but this is in Oranos City, right? So Oranos Town. There's actually only two. Okay, let's see. I mean, let's see what she has. Yeah, she. Oh my gosh, she does have a mega. That's actually obnoxious. This is legitimately a boss battle. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's honestly such a pain. So let's see. Bronzong. Who's best to deal with Bronzong? Let's see, it has heat proof, so ultimately fire type. So shoot, fire move wouldn't even worked on Jackbox because it has heat proof. So yeah, we have to use Sandman. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so let's use a Sandman. Or I guess no, not Cleaver. Like I'm not willing to bank on a close combat. So yeah, let's use Sandman here. That's honestly such a pain. Like this is actually a boss battle just straight up out of nowhere, which isn't even a main cult or like not even just cultist, but main character, right? Like this is just some random disposable like NPC or whatnot. That is a boss battle, like coincidentally. But at least I mean that makes sense though, because like Zenith, he's really blunt, right? Like he's not over the top, like let's say Tane is, like ultimately, or like Yaren is. He's just kind of like, yeah, I do things that benefit my cult, like I don't care whether or not you understand, it's just it benefits the Inferno cult, so I do it, right? And then I'll do everything in my power to sort of prevent you from interfering with my plans and whatnot. And that's kind of it. And then like cut to chase, as opposed to like Tane and Yaren, who are kind of just like way over the top regarding this stuff. But yeah, I mean, this actually, like I'm looking at, she has a mega. Like this is legitimately a boss battle, right? Oh my god. I don't think I need to train though. Like I think if I just knew ahead of time what I needed to do, then okay, oh my god, look at its Bronzong's moveset. Like, hold on, I'm just gonna read off the moveset of its Bronzong. Reflect, Light Screen, Toxic, Explosion. So its only attacking move is Explosion. But I mean, I still think Sandman can one-shot it with Earthquake. So I don't think it dying to Explosion, because if that's the case, then, I would just use Demon, right? Given Explosion's doesn't affect him, and I don't need to deal with that. However, Demon's good against the rest of her Pokemon, so I mean, I think if I can kill that Bronzong with Sandman, I'll take the opportunity. So, yeah, he's literally just like, stall him. He's like, beautiful, isn't it? I guess it's hard to tell a difference, considering this is what I was referring to, right? How before I was ragging on the battle, how empty and brainwashed the people of this region already are. It's like people in this region just have no clue what's going on, right? You fall into one of two camps. You are completely oblivious, or your various tiers like going, with Yaren being at the top and someone like, let's say, a rival being at the bottom. I don't know. So yeah, we use Earthquake here, and I'm hoping it one-shots it. Okay, please don't use Explosion. Actually, Explosion, I was going to say, because Explosion may have been the better move. Toxic would have been best. But I mean, do I have any, really? I could have used a crit then, but. Okay, her movesets are weird. Her only actual Pokemon threat is this Alakazam. Like, none of her other Pokemon are a threat due to how weird their movesets are. Like, I'm looking at it. They're like, the moves that's like straight up are like garbage. So this, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, we die here. I mean, like we die here. So, or I guess no, I think we survive at least one attack. So again, Earthquake off. But unfortunately, the Reflect is up though, right? So this shouldn't deal that much. Oh my God, that crit actually made the difference, especially with Reflect up. Okay, this is going a lot better. Level 70, we've reached the start of the 70s. Damn. But then remember, this game goes to level 120, so not as close to the end. Like Shedinja. Okay, luckily I have a move that's super effective. Just die. Oh, it has a focus sash. So let's see. Speed fell. So that's just one more. But we outspeed it though. So that he kind of just well, I'm looking at its moves. It has Shadow Sneak. I could actually use that, but it did use Shadow Sneak. Because I was gonna say, we outspeed that thing. Oh my God, we survived. Die Shedinja. we oh my God. Sandman. Sandman's just he's a champ. Let's see. So yeah, Magius and her last Pokemon's Gengar. It's actually her Mega, but yeah, Magius actually has Levitate. So yeah, Sandman actually is officially useless. Like Sandman doesn't do anything this battle. I'm just gonna stall it out so that Reflect wears away, because I don't want to swap in another Pokemon while Reflect is still up. That doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I mean, yes, using our Rock Tomb Shadow Ball that kills us here, like on surviving, yeah. So Magius is damaged by its life orb. So Reflect is still up. I can just straight up use Demon here, right? Like, there's nothing really stopping me from doing that. So, yeah, I mean, just saying, right? So, he's the only one that has a move that's super effective against ghost types, given his own ghost type or whatnot. Can we please? There we go. So, yeah, Shadow Ball should just kill it. Like, I hope we outspeed it. We're outsped it, right? This really shouldn't be that big of an issue. Or did Cleaver outspeed it? For whatever reason, that's what I remember, the thought, but that may not be the case, right? So we do outspeed it. Shadow Ball. I used that given, okay, that crit, it likely will have killed it 2 or 3 crit, but, and with knocked him with Demon Special Attack, right? So yeah, is Reflect gonna, did it wear out already and I just didn't know it? I don't know. Gengar, this is for a Mega. Yeah, I can't believe this is just like a random battle with like a. That's honestly kind of a troll. But her Gengar doesn't have any attacking moves because Parasol and Destiny Bond protect and taunt. So like, okay, Demon dies here. That's an unfortunate loss of experience. However, the Gengar still dies, right? Oh, it didn't die. Oh my God. If I use Shadow Sneak here, we just straight up kill it then. So like, Demon doesn't even die here. Oh my God, she had the 4-star. But here's the thing: will this deal enough damage to the point where I'll got it? Because the issue, oh my God, because here's the issue, right? If it uses Destiny Bond, then we die. Okay, so if Noctum goes down, Shadow Sneak definitely doesn't kill. However, okay, if this Shadow Sneak can somehow kill it, we gain the experience from the battle. Please feel like max damage. Oh my God, that's literally like 1 HP. Because now, no matter what we do this turn, the Destiny Bond's going to kill it, right? So that's kind of sucks that we lose all the experience. But, at least we win, so. But yeah, that kind of sucks we lost all the experience. That really does. So, because that would have caused Demon to grow to level 69. That's honestly such a pain. Like, this battle out of nowhere was such a pain. What's going on? Okay, so that's actually interesting. So we broke them out of their trance. So by beating her in battle, we broke her out of her trance because she's like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Let's see, what happened? The last thing I remember. I need to go. She's like, all right, I'm going to head out. What's that Ultra Ball? Is there anything here for us? So, okay, it just straight up was an Ultra Ball. So what's going on outside? Are we just going to walk out like nothing happened? Or did Zenith, like, pack up and move, which is likely what happened? I wonder what happens if we interact with these, right? Like, what if we this is like a seemingly just weird area to have, like, in the game or whatnot. So, yeah, let's save before we exit, just like, in case whatever is going on, right? So, okay, yeah, so move Demix in front. So, yeah, freaking Salmon's level 70. Damn, so we've hit 70s. I wonder when we'll hit 80s. the game might be wrapping up, right? By the time we hit 80s, it's definitely moving, progressing. Okay, yeah, so yeah, he picked up shop and like left. Everyone left. Like they all headed out, right? So let's see what's going on now, right? I mean, okay, Orano's town. So presumably we can progress through the route, right? Like the okay, so yeah, the people left. Before we do that though, we're gonna heal. That was so obnoxious. So everyone's gone, right? Except the people who were there before. Yeah, like no one's here still. But yeah, so we need to heal before we progress. And yeah, I mean, so that was just like an abandoned like shed or whatnot that he was giving out those brainwashing vaccines. And I mean, that's honestly pretty funny, right? Like, because even if you're just like as a standard like citizen in this region, you're just brainwashed to the point where like you don't even have a brain, right? Like you don't recognize how shifty or shady that is. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So let's quick save here, and then yeah, we're gonna progress along the route, like the next route. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of a troll battle though. It was like pseudo boss battle, just like out of nowhere, like that seemingly had like zero purpose, right? Because it's not like she ultimately like. Well, I mean, technically she did stall us, right? But I mean, okay, so what does this person have to say then? I heard there was a hidden grotto somewhere around here in this town with Frokies in it. Uh, I wasn't looking for a hidden grotto in the town, but you know, there could be, right? So what's the next route? The next route is actually Route 15 though. So yeah, I mean that's so yeah, we're Route 15. This is actually I think it's one of the last routes in the region, right? So yeah, looking at the map, like you know, we just go straight to the like Mount Rose here, or well, we're going to Amphrite City, correct? So Trainer tip. The pavement on Route 15 is made of the finest concrete. Biking over it will allow you to go very fast while remaining in control. Like, I haven't used the bike though, right? So, it's presumably a non-worry. I really don't like that satellite tower down there. I'm allergic to Wi-Fi waves. They should be sued. Wait. Oh, I thought that was just going to be a dialogue with no battle. And I'm like, oh, what satellite tower? Like, where is it? Nine Tails. Oh, Demix. Okay, that's actually like a really good stuff. Yeah, this server should one-shot it, I presume. Let's see. Oh, it didn't. That's unfortunate. But I mean, next one. That flamethrower shouldn't do much damage, especially given Demix is especially. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, let's yeah, that's a lot of experience. 5,000, Jesus Christ. What's her other Pokemon? What's her other Pokemon? Ampharos? Okay, that's not a good matchup here. Good thing we have to beat those. Please two-shot it. Oh my god, it doesn't. Rip Demix. It was nice. And it was a crit too. I mean, come on. Like, they probably didn't need a crit. You didn't need to get a crit there. Let's see. Demon, just wrap up. I mean, I don't even need to use Spice yet. Your Demon should be able to kill it. So, and even if it doesn't, I don't think it has a move that can one-shot us. So we can guarantee this experience for a Demon. So let's see. I mean, yeah, so let's do this. And yeah, just straight up kill it, right? Like, see. Yeah, that'll definitely be enough experience for Demon to level up. Oh dang. Light screen. Okay, yeah, we're using Shadow Sneak to turn that. So yeah, just kill it like before it does anything stupid that may kill Demon. Oh my god. Really? Okay, so 4,000 experience. Nice. I think that was actually just enough to level it up. It literally was just enough. The Wi-Fi radio things, I lost that battle. I mean, we haven't, you know, I'm gonna end it here. I'm actually gonna go back and heal first, right? Before whatever is going on down there, like I'm gonna completely ignore that. Like you see, like the whatever like entity or whatnot. Yeah, I'm just ignoring that for now, because yeah, it's already been like I said, it's already been an hour. I'll just do that in the next part. I'll go get whatever Pokemon's in the hidden grotto here. That's interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. There's really I'm going the wrong way. I just want to heal up first. So yeah, just so that, you know, I have a fresh team or whatnot. In fact, I don't even need to do that because I'm going to swap out one of the Pokemon anyway so I can catch the Delta, like whatever Pokemon's in the hidden grotto. So, yeah, I can just, hold on, I'll go in front of the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I'm going to end it here. There's really no reason. Like, I'll just, sorry, man, hour 4. I'll save whatever is on that route for the next part. So, this was a really interesting part, but yeah, we're going to end it here. So, yeah, I mean, guess that's it for this one. See the